guys, welcome back to The Bright Side. Macy here, The Bright Side Girl, and today we're going to be doing a massive spooky September book haul. I have been collecting anything that I think is perfect for fall and September. I'm a big mood reader since the beginning of the year and putting in a pile so I could do this video. Anything that's witchy, vampire, monster, darker, gothic, just you name it. And I have a humongous book haul to share with you guys. In case you are new to my channel, I do a ton of thrifting. So I do library book sales, library book stores, book outlet, Goodwill, thrift stores, trading, all kinds of things. So I get most of my books between 50 cents and $3 to $4. Very rarely do I spend over $3 for a book unless I really want it. And so I'm able to do like these massive hauls, and I also do trading and things with friends, and it's just like a whole thing. So that's why this haul is so humongous. If I was paying like Barnes & Noble prices, I would just be dead because I wouldn't be able to afford it. But thankfully, there are lots of used bookstores by me, and I've been collecting for 9 months at this point. So we've got a lot to talk about. Now, because I'm able to get things so cheap, I'm a little less picky than I would be if I was paying full price or even like, I don't know, $8. So a lot of these, I just thought that they looked good or I'd heard about them and I just picked them up. They could be terrible, but we're gonna go through it together. I don't know a ton of descriptions. I'm not gonna go through very many descriptions because there's just so much to get through, but I thought I would show them to you. Hopefully this will give you some ideas for Not So Scary-a-thon. I will link the announcement video for you guys in case you missed it. It's my fall Halloween themed readathon. And one last disclaimer, I do not like Stephen King intense gore, super scary horror books. I do like some horror apparently, but not like really gory, scary. The point is just to terrify you. I like mystery, slightly spooky, slightly eerie type style books. So if you're looking for something like truly terrifying, this is not the video for you. Okay, we're gonna get started. White Smoke by Tiffany Jackson. First of all, does this cover not give you like all the spooky vibes? So this is Marigold is running from ghosts. The phantoms of her old life keep haunting her, but a move with her newly blended family from their small California beach town to the embattled Midwestern city of Cedarville might be the fresh start she needs. That's literally all I read, and I was like, we'll try it out. The Boneless Mercies by April Genevieve Tuchok. I don't know if this is gonna be like the Halloween vibes that I'm wanting, but I know it's got like a creepy woods in it. I believe it's a Beowulf retelling, and I've heard decent things. Man-Made Boy. This is a Frankenstein retelling, and I love Frankenstein retellings. I don't know if this is modern. I'm assuming it's more modern because it looks like it might be like kind of digital. It could be like really cheesy. I have a Frankenstein recommendations video that I'll link in the cards for you guys in case you missed it last year. I love Frankenstein retelling. Hopefully this one will be one that I can add to my list. The Lying Woods by Ashley Elston. I love a slightly creepy woods. It's just a thing. And I love reading them in the fall. I love like going on walks and reading like just mildly spooky books. I don't know anything about this except for that there's like a creepy woods. And maybe the woods lie. Born Wicked by Jessica Spotswood. All I know about this is that it's about witches. I believe it's a trilogy, and one of my friends really likes it, so I picked it up. Grave Maidens by Kelly Kuhn. It just says 3 chosen maidens, 2 lovely sisters, and a dark tradition. I know this one is slightly newer, like maybe only a couple years old, and that's all I know. That's all I know. I'm so sorry, but I know that people have liked this one, so I grabbed it. Okay, Comet Rising by Marcy K. Connolly. Marcy K. Connolly is really good for like middle grade spooky type reads. So I read her Frankenstein retelling last year, loved it, and then I read the first book in this series, which I think is The Shadow Weaver. It's about a girl that has like a shadow that she can control or that follows her, and this is supposed to be the second one in the series, and I just like her writing really great middle grade books. The Name of the Star and Madness Underneath. These covers don't match because they changed. So this is part of the, I think, Name of the Star trilogy or quartet from Maureen Johnson. I've been wanting to read this one for years. It is something to do with like Jack the Ripper, but it's got like Gothic Victorian vibes, I believe. It might be in modern times, and then she has like a connection to Jack the Ripper. I'm not really sure, but I've been wanting to read it for a long time, so now I have the first two. Mexican Gothic. I actually don't know a ton about this. I know a lot of people really loved it. This is Sylvia Morena Garcia. This one again is somewhat newer, like a couple years old. I think this might be a retelling of something. I'm not sure, but I know our main character like goes to live with like her cousin or her sister in like a creepy house in a Mexico countryside, and it's got like some kind of mystery about it, so checking it out. City of Time and Magic by Paula Braxton. So this is part of her like Witch's Daughter series or something. I have a couple other of these, and they're like Victorian witch series, and I love like Gothic Victorian horror. It's like my favorite thing. So I just keep collecting them, and then I read a few every year. Lake's Edge by Lyndall Clipstone. So I've heard amazing things about this. This is newer. I think this came out last year. I think the second one just came out. Violetta Graceling would do anything to protect her brother plagued by nightmares. He possesses forbidden black magic that spills from his fingers as shadows. When the notorious Rowan Sylvan, known as the Monster of Lake's Edge, discovers his magic, she fears the worst, and she's shocked when he instead presents a risky offer, a refuge at his Lake's Edge estate in exchange for Aaron's powers. So it's kind of got like a loose Beauty and the Beast vibe, mysterious house. I'm so excited for it. Like, it's probably the one that I'm most excited to get to this year. Okay, I found Weather Witch. I actually got this one at Dollar Tree. Again, I don't know anything about it. She can control the weather. She's a witch. The cover's amazing. It was $1. It came home with me. Seraphina and the Seven Stars. I keep collecting this adorable middle grade series. This is a series that I really want to start this year. It's like a girl that lives in a mysterious house. Maybe she has powers. I don't really know. I am so sorry. I do so much better talking about it once I've read the books, but I really like going in pretty blind. House of Hollow. This is one I'm very excited to get to as well, by Crystal Sutherland. I think this came out last year as well. Again, I don't know a ton about it, but I've heard awesome things, and I've had a lot of people tell me that I will like this one. So I might get to this one during the readathon. Carnival of Souls by Melissa Marr. I've read Wicked Lovely, the first book from her, and I really liked it. This I think is either a standalone series, and it's got something to do with like a creepy carnival. So that sounds cool. Okay, I'm slightly nervous about this one. The Shallow Graves by Jennifer Donnelly. First of all, I think it might be adult. It's very large and very long, and I don't like modern scary books. Like if I like something that's like a little bit scary, I want it to be like Victorian or even older than that. I usually don't like them when they're like modern. I think this is modern. I don't really know much about it. It has something to do with a wealthy bachelor and finishing school, but Jennifer Donnelly has written some books for Disney, so I'm hoping that maybe she's like a mild writer in general, but I want to try it because the cover's beautiful. I can't tell you how many times I've like avoided books with like really spooky looking covers, and they're like my favorite books ever. So don't be thrown off. Sometimes the covers are spookier than what's inside. Okay, Pan's Labyrinth by Guillermo del Toro and Cornelia Funke. I think this is based off of the movie that they made. So I don't know if it's based off the original movie or if they made a new one, but it's beautiful. I really love Cornelia Funke. This is just a whole thing if you don't really know what it is. I think I'm gonna make my husband watch the original movie because he hasn't seen it yet. And it's so weird because it's done by Jim Henson. At least I think that's what I'm thinking of. Hopefully I'm not mixing things up. But yeah, it's a whole thing. Okay, Ghost Girl Homecoming. I read Ghost Girl last year and I really enjoyed it. It's very, very young adult, almost middle grade. But these books are so pretty, and it's about a girl that dies and she's like a ghost, and she comes back and like goes to high school and tries to be popular still, and people can see her and some can't, and it's just very cute, and they're really pretty little books. I think there's 3, so I'm not sure which one this is. Daughter of the Burning City. This is one I've been wanting to get to for a while. This is by Amanda Foody. This is a standalone, and again, it's got like a circus vibe, but I've heard amazing things about it. So wicked, wicked to the core, the city will burn forevermore. So this is one I might get to the readathon because I think the audio is pretty short for it, and I got a signed book plate, which I didn't know until just now. So yay! Once and Future Witches by Alex E. Harrow. I saw this one floating around. I don't really know what it's about. We're in 1983. We've got the Eastwood sisters. I'm assuming they're witchy, and it's just got all of the good vibes that you want for the fall. Okay, A Deadly Affection by Collier Overholt. This is book 1 of the Genevieve Summerford mysteries. So I try not to get too many mysteries. I'm not really sure if I'm in a full like 12 book mystery type of gal, but this one looked good and it looked like it had Gothic Victorian vibes. It might not. I might be saying that a lot of these have those vibes and they might not, but we're gonna try it out. Okay, Here There Be Monsters by, I don't know how to pronounce her name, so I'm not gonna say it. It says, They Took My Sister, I'll Take Her Back. So again, we've got another creepy woods situation. I'm a little worried this is gonna be a little too scary for me, but we're gonna kind of branch out and try a few things and I'll let you guys know. We have The Damned by Renee Audier. I have not yet read The Beautiful and I plan to very soon. So this is the second book in, I think, the trilogy. And I believe it's vampires. I'm not entirely sure. We're gonna find out together. Okay, Trial by Fire by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is the second book after Raise the Wolves, which I found last year because I don't have a lot of werewolf books, so I want to try some. And this is a werewolf, either trilogy or quartet. So I'm actually going to buddy read this one, I believe the first one, with my friend Bella at some point. So I like to get like a couple werewolf, vampire, zombie, like all that in every year. So I think this is going to be my first werewolf try. This is Death's Shadow by Darren Shan, The Demonata, book 7. Do I have books 1 through 6? No. Was this a quarter? Yes, it was. And I absolutely love Darren Shan's vampire series, Cirque du Freak. Love it. This one, the Demonata title scares me. The covers are kind of scary, but the vampire ones are scary too. And it is a little bit on the extra creepy side. They are middle grade, but I want to try it because I just love the Cirque du Freak series so much. It's so good and so fun. So I think I'm going to start collecting these and see how they go. The Door That Led to Where. I think this might also have something to do with Jack the Ripper. There's like a time travel aspect giving me just all the goodness that I need. The Nightmare Charade by Mindy Arnett. This is part of the Nightmares Academy trilogy. I have the first 2, I believe, and this is the 3rd one. And I'm very excited to get to it because I've heard that there's possibly mermaids in the 2nd one. Mermaids and spookiness is kind of hard to find, so yay. Okay, I've hauled a couple of these before, but they were paperbacks, so I'm gonna rehaul them. So we have Seriously Wicked, Seriously Shifted, and Seriously Hexed. I don't know if they go in that order. I believe this is the first one. It just looks like a fun, witchy, I think middle grade series. I absolutely love these covers. It could be like really, really cheesy. It's a lot to do with like school and things like that, but it just looks so cute. Rehauling Fallen by Lauren Kate. This one technically doesn't need to go in this category. It's about fallen angels. It does have like a darker, slightly creepy vibe, but it's really kind of just a normal, like paranormal romance. Daughters of Ruin by Katie Kastner. So this is about like enemy princesses. I don't know, again, if it's gonna have the fall Halloween vibes, but the cover is kind of acting like it is. And I've always wanted to check this one out. Okay, a couple in the Apprentice series. So The Last Apprentice, Wrath of Blood Eye, and Clash of Demons. This is again a middle grade series about a wizard's apprentice, and I have the first few books, so I've just been collecting them because my friend Gretchen says I'm really going to like them, and I love including some middle grades in the fall as well. They have some really cool illustrations and things. Hopefully I can get to 1 or 2 of these this year. Okay, now for one I've read, Nightfall by Jake Halpern. This was a tiny bit of a letdown. This is set on an island where there's 14 years of day and 14 years of night, and when the night portion is about to come, everybody leaves the island and they have to do all these rituals, and the kids don't really know why, and they don't know what happens during the 14 years of night, and 3 kids get left behind. It's a little bit slow paced and the ending wasn't exactly what I wanted, but the writing's good and it's still got a little bit of a creepy vibe to it. I'm putting it on my shelves. Into the Crooked Place by Alexandra Christo has something to do with crooks and dark magic. It's giving me like spooky Six of Crows vibes. I could be totally wrong. This is the author of To Kill a Kingdom. I wanted to try something else from her. Bid My Soul Farewell by Beth Revis. This is the second book in her duology. The first one is Give the Dark My Love, which is a necromancy magic duology, and it seems perfect for fall. I love her Across the Universe trilogy, so I'm really excited to try something from her that's a little bit darker. Akata Warrior. This is the second book. I don't know how many there are. The first one is Akata Witch. All I know is that it's about a witch, so Gilded Cage by Vic James. I've hauled this one before. I think, again, we've got Gothic Victorian vibes. And again, that's all I know. Okay, The Wicked Game. This is a secret voodoo society, a forbidden spell, a cold-blooded plot for revenge. So that sounds awesome. Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. I've been wanting to read this one for a long time, so I'm hoping to get to it this year. I believe this is set in modern times. There's like a murder mystery. It's set at a school. There's kind of mixed reviews, but most of my friends really enjoyed it, so I finally found a copy. Okay, one I technically already own. This Dark Endeavor by Kenneth Oble. So I have a different copy of this, but I love this duology so much. It's a Frankenstein retelling. It has like a magical vibe to it. It's following like Victor Frankenstein when he's like younger and before he developed anything, and you kind of learn his past. I love Frankenstein retelling, so I'm really excited to have another version of this. So I gotta decide if I want to keep them both or, you know, only keep one. We'll see. I also got The Night of the Soul Stealer, so that's another one in that series. Chantress Alchemy. I have the first one or two of this by Amy Butler Greenfield. I know it's like set on an island and the girl has a song. I don't know if it's actually like spooky, but I think she's got like witchy vibes, so it sounds really cool, but I don't know anyone that's read it. Okay, rehauling these guys again. Entice and Endure. There's two more in the series, Need and Captivate, which I think are the first two. They're so beautiful. I believe they're about dark fae, and I've like hauled them in the past and haven't read them, but they're back. And these last two I'm kind of nervous about, but you guys let me know what you think. So I found really cheap copies of A Stranger in the House and Home Before Dark. So Sherry Lapina, Riley Sager, these are both, I believe, contemporary like murder mysteries. I just don't want to be like scared out of my mind. I'm okay with like mystery, but I don't want it to be like overly dark. I don't know. I've read some dark things. I just don't like modern dark things. So you guys let me know if you think I would like these. I like twists and suspense. Like I love Stranger Things and it's kind of scary. But these are the ones I'm going to kind of branch out and try a little bit this year. I also loved like Night Film, which is technically modern, so let me know what you guys think. And then also I got this weird little book called Haunted Castles by Ray Russell. It's really cool. It has like black sprayed edges. I don't know like anything about what it's about. Oh, it's like a novella collection. So let's see if we know any of the authors. I don't know like who wrote them all, if they're all from Ray Russell, but it says Complete Gothic Stories. So a lot of like horror novella sets. Okay, I think that is it for all the things that I've collected over the past year for this particular book haul. Let me know which ones I should bump up on my TBR. Obviously, I'm not going to get to very many of these this year, but let me know which ones you guys loved or are interested in me reading. Let me know if you like to thrift like I do as well, if you like slightly spooky fall Halloween type vibes. I hope you guys are joining in Not So Scary starting very soon. All the details will be down below and in the cards, and we'll see you guys next time on The Bright Side.